You're listening to a continuation of Good Ole Gamers Episode 1 Origins Part 2. If you haven't heard Part 1, you can go back and listen to it. And if you don't want to do that, have a great time fucking yourself.
Okay, we took a break, and let's see, how much more you got left on PC?
That's about it as far as origin stuff. I didn't tell the story about how I was at a factory and got chemicals spilled all over me. Got my superpowers, but
He learned good PC games from a fuck up that happened along the line.
Yeah. Alright, so next we're going to hit the N64, which I think everybody here can agree that Super Mario 64 was
amazing.
Probably the most superior game on that.
Yeah.
I am going to be an elitist fuckbag. When I lived in Hartselle as a kid for a little bit, my parents moved up there. There was a great video store called Eastside Video. And these motherfuckers had everything. Every console. The only place I ever remember that would rent like Game Gear and Game Boy games. They had a Japanese N64 the year it came out in Japan. A year before American release. I rented that thing for a weekend. So I got to play like Mario 64. Not knowing what the fuck I'm doing because it's in Japanese. But got to play that shit like a full year before it ever come out.
That's pretty awesome.
And nobody in school believed me. And I'm just like, oh yeah, it's possible. And yeah, good times. N64 is badass. Ocarina of fucking time. Hands down.
Yeah.
And then the Star Wars, the Rogue Squadron, that game was awesome.
Yeah. I actually like Shadows of the Empire. Even though it was fucking hard as shit, it was good.
See, I lost all of my Super Nintendo collection and all of my N64 collection. I had it over at a friend's house and their house burned down.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, so I lost my entire collection, which I was never a super big collector. Like, I had the games that I liked. I wasn't buy every game, because fuck, they were like $80 or $90 back then. And like, paying $60 now is actually really good. But yeah, I lost my entire... The one thing I loved was fucking Mario Party.
Yes, Mario Party.
Mario Party was amazing. And
me and Brandon wasted some hours. I remember saving money. Me and him both saved money over the summer to go buy that game. We rented it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't your dad or my parents, somebody took us to rent games. We got Mario Party.
And we had to buy it after that.
And got fucking addicted.
I called Video Express every day. Hey, you got Mario Party in the sale? No, not yet. All right. Call them tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. The Video Express, the side store?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Me and Brandon used to wear fucking blisters in the middle of our hands playing tug of war on Mario Party. I still have my copy of Mario Party. Like, oh, so good. Fuck the rest of them. Just the first one.
Yeah.
Amazing.
the one on GameCube was actually really fun.
I got the one on
that's
DS.
The one, though,
3DS
you had like blow into the little microphones.
No, that was from the Wii.
Wii, okay. That part sucked ass.
Yeah.
I don't think I played that one.
I don't think I've played that one either.
Yeah. Blowing into the microphone sucked.
Yeah, I don't want that much. I just want to press some fucking buttons.
Yeah.
Like, no thank you.
Diddy Kong Racing on 64 was amazing.
Diddy Kong, yeah. That was
I love Mario Kart, but I think Diddy Kong Racing is way better.
Dude,
like, just having the airplanes. That was like the fun thing was the airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all ever play Blast Corps?
Yes. Blast Corps was great.
Blast Corps is great. You play as like a fucking robot or a bulldozer or something else, and you got to clear a
dump
path
truck
for a truck carrying bombs.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's badass. Buddy was it Body Harvest?
Yeah, I was about to mention Body
Yeah.
Harvest. You fight the big fucking insects.
Yeah, dude, Body Harvest was
Looking
fucking cool.
back, the game kind of sucked, but I still had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, like it's a terrible game, but it holds up.
And that's the
fun factor.
And that's about the time like South Park came out, and the South Park game came out.
Yeah.
The South Park game, man. You piss on the snowballs, and all you kill is like fucking turkeys for the first
and
3
throw
levels.
Terrence and Philip dolls, and I fought on your grave.
Yeah. Dude, I figured out that one boss that was the giant robot that he would come at you and turn around and you have to shoot the battery pack. The Terrence and Phillip dolls, man, you could fucking pop him in that battery pack with like 3 of them and just kill him. Dude, South Park was good. I mean, it's a piece of shit.
No, it's terrible.
It was good back then.
Turok.
Turok's awesome.
Yeah.
Turok 2 was okay. I didn't like 3. What was there? There was Turok 3 and there was Turok Rage Wars. I had Rage Wars at one point.
And I only ever really liked Turok was for the multiplayer.
Yeah. It's like GoldenEye.
Yeah.
But then you go back to GoldenEye now, and it's like, you can't jump.
Yeah.
It's like, someone modded they have a PC version out of GoldenEye where they added a fucking jump button.
Really?
So yeah, you could play GoldenEye like 4-player, and it's got a jump button now. So it's great.
Well, that's cool.
Duke Nukem 3D on N64 is fine.
Yeah.
Playing on that is really nice. All those shrinking people and stepping on them.
Yeah, Duke Nukem 3D was a good one. Quest 64.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Even though it had an extremely vague and bland storyline that I remember nothing about. It's like generic fantasy land. You're the hero. Have fun.
It's like, so a dragon just kidnapped this chick. Pull your sword out and fucking cut it up. Like, straightforward story. 64 was good. I ain't gonna lie though, man.
It wasn't the best RPG system.
64, in my opinion, if it wasn't really a Nintendo game, like a Nintendo made game,
yeah, there was a lot of third-party
There's a lot of crap on N64. Nobody really wants to fucking admit it, but there was.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I had both an N64 and the big one that just was a game changer for a lot of people. Fucking PlayStation was around this time. And
I never owned a PlayStation. Played it many times, but I never owned one.
That was one thing that really switched the fucking tides over for me.
I remember the PlayStation was the first system that I actually bought, like
with
my own money. Like it wasn't a Christmas gift or something. It was I worked for this money, so I bought my original PlayStation. I worked really hard. I worked on a horse farm for years, like
shoveling shit. Sony products.
Pretty much just shoveling horse shit like it's nobody's business. And throwing hay. Motherfucker. Throwing hay sucks.
Oh, yeah, dude. I grew up on a farm when I was a kid. I understand.
So yeah, like...
Struggle is real.
The problem with getting the PlayStation was no one could find one. They were extremely difficult to find.
Well, they were like the hot fucking Christmas item for 2 years.
I think I didn't get my... Like, the PlayStation came out... I think it came out in November... And then I didn't, or maybe it was August, but then I didn't get one.
It was fall that year because Saturn launched and PlayStation launched like
nearly side by side. No, that was PlayStation 2 that launched nearly side by side with the.
Yeah, I think Saturn and PlayStation. I think Saturn was like 6 months before.
Maybe.
Fuck, I don't know.
But either way, it was one of those things where I bought like it took me 6 months. I had the money. Sitting here looking at stacks of cash going, okay, I've got all the money, but I can't find it anywhere. I mean, it was literally, which, it's the South, so where do you go? Walmart, Kmart,
yeah.
Any kind of like, oh, hey, like go to Radio Shack, maybe they've got one. No, they don't have them anywhere. So I think I didn't get mine until around March or April. But sat on that money, like, fucking wanted to spend it, fucking couldn't. I think I bought Battle Arena Toshinden before I even bought my PlayStation.
I did the same with the PlayStation 2 and Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
I bought the game before I got the system.
Right.
Yeah, one of my things with Grand Theft Auto 3, Brandon actually gave me my copy of GTA 3. Because Brandon had it, but didn't have the console yet. I just remember I got one for Christmas, PlayStation 2. And Brandon was like, "You want a copy of GTA 3?" And I just was like, "Fuck you right now." Like, that's great.
And we did later.
Yeah. We spooned, and then, well...
Who was the big spoon?
We swapped.
Yeah, we took turns.
Yeah.
All right,
You gotta be even about things.
So, on the PlayStation, what was a good, really good game that...
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Hands down, dude, that's the best. Okay, Metal Gear Solid, and everybody listening's gonna be like, "Oh, of course he says that," but fuck you. It's great. Final Fantasy 7, dude.
See, I don't like a whole lot of RPGs.
I'm not a big RPG. I mean, I like them, but I like real classic, like turn-based battle. I love old school, like this new shit out now where everything plays like fucking World of Warcraft, and you run around and you shoot them or stab them 5 times. It's like 10, 11, 13. I'm like, fuck that. Just give me the overall damage and take it off.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy 7, Parasite Eve, great fucking game.
Yep.
Another good Square RPG. PlayStation's got a bunch of hidden gems on it, dude.
Yeah.
Alien Trilogy was one of my favorite, which I actually have Alien Trilogy on Saturn, but it's the same.
And PlayStation's where I first played Road Rash. Even though
yeah,
on
dude.
other systems, I had a lot of fun memories playing that.
Yeah, Road Rash was fucking great.
My game had to be Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Mortal Kombat Trilogy was, but I had it for 64.
See, I had it for the PlayStation.
I was that purist cocksucker because I was just like, I don't want the load times. I'm getting the 64 one. But with PlayStation, when you got a better roster of fighters than the 64
and
one
it also had one button
cutscenes,
fatality. Like you could put in the code for one button fatality. So I've seen every fatality, friendship, babality, everything for Trilogy.
The original Grand Theft Auto, dude, on PlayStation.
Yeah. Very nice.
Brandon stayed the night at my house one night, and we rented that. And, dude, I remember being sick the next day from us just staying up and laughing and running people over. We didn't play the first fucking mission, I don't think. We just... The Madeline motherfuckers, all the people in, like, orange, they walk in a straight line.
It's actually Elvis impersonator. At the time, we thought... We didn't know what the fuck they were supposed to do.
It was like
it's the girls from Madeline.
Yeah, they're all walking in a straight fucking line. And, like, you'd run them over and kill all of them and be like, "Killabunga!" Dude, that was fucking great. PlayStation was an awesome console for me, though.
At the time, one of the biggest boner busters for me was the fact you couldn't save on the console. You had to buy a memory card.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna say that earlier. That was the first... I got my PlayStation for Christmas one year. You know, my grandparents and parents had bought me all my consoles up that point. You never needed a fucking memory card before. The first game I ever got with my PlayStation, I got Final Fantasy 7 the year it launched. The PlayStation had been out for like 2 years. You know, Final Fantasy comes along. I get it. I take it home. I stay up Christmas Eve night, stay up all week playing this game. Or like, well, not all week. I stay up like fucking 2 days, the whole weekend playing this shit. Get to a point, dude, I get so far as to where Sephiroth goes to kill Ares. Then go to save to swap to disc 2 and realize I can't fucking save. And, you know, it never occurred that to save at this point, because I'd left my PlayStation on. You know, I'd leave it on, pause it, and just turn the fucking TV off like I'd done my Super all those times. And then you gotta go to save, transfer files, and I'm like, oh my god. No fucking memory card. And memory cards were sold. The same thing happened to me when I got PlayStation 2. Yeah. You could buy the console, but you couldn't. The memory cards were fucking sold out everywhere.
Luckily, when I bought my PlayStation, I bought it and an 8 megabyte memory card. And I was able to get and I already had Battler and Shinden, so what else?
Yeah, I remember before the 8 megabyte memory card, the 15 slot.
Yeah.
Where it just had like just 15 spaces on it, and that was it. I thought that 8 meg, man, I thought that was some real deal shit when that come out. I was like, oh my god.
Look how much.
Now you got 8 gigabyte in a cell phone. It's like,
yeah, 8 gigabyte. Jesus Christ, that barely keep my text messages alive.
no shit. Like, you gotta use that 32 and 64 now in derivatives.
That's not.
mate.
Yeah, but that's not even a megabyte. That's a gigabyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dude, it's like, it blows my fucking mind, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
I remember early PC gaming, upgrading my PC's RAM to 128 megabytes. I was like, holy fuck, no one's got a better computer than this.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
I got like a 5 gigabyte hard drive, 128 megs of RAM. This shit's awesome.
I remember getting that 256, being like, oh, yeah, it's on.
and
And
now,
now it's just like, fuck, it's still 256, and it just like barely turns on.
I've got fucking 8 gigs of RAM, and I can't play Minecraft without it stuttering. You know, it's just it's terrible. But yeah, the PlayStation, man, that was. I'm trying to think of a really. Like I said, Battle to Shinden.
Crash Bandicoot series,
Crash Bandicoot
man.
was really good.
Love Crash
Spyro.
Bandicoot. Spyro's badass.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then we go to the PlayStation 2. Well, wait, let's step back. The Saturn. Because
Saturn, I did own a Saturn.
I
later
bought a
on.
Saturn.
Zero experience with the Saturn.
the Saturn, I had Clockwork Knight for it. Rayman, which I was telling you the other
I still
day.
have my copy of Rayman.
Me and my stepbrother had gotten Rayman, and when we got to, I think it was the 8th or 9th level. It was the one that had all the pencils and erasers on it. It was really close to the end. Somehow the disc had gotten scratched and wouldn't play past the 3rd stage of like nearly the last level. So we could fight the, it was a saxophone. You fought the saxophone, and then you went to the next level, and after that, it would not play. No amount of trying to clean the disc. It was a big, fat fucking scratch.
That's another thing. You couldn't go...
Yeah.
If you fucked that up, you were done.
And I had a little sister, so of course she was like, ooh, a CD, and it would instantly get... I mean, you know, we're pretty careful now with CDs.
Yeah, dude, I was a victim of that back in the day. Like, I had a shit stack of PlayStation games at one point, and it's just like, well, fuck it. Throw them all in the stacks. I don't want to play.
It's a drink
And
coaster,
it's just
fuck
like,
it.
what the fuck is this disc error shit? And then you're like, well, this thing ain't much better than the goddamn portable Walkman, because I can't fucking lift my foot above 4 inches without the son of a bitch skipping for a year. Like,
Yeah, that was...
God damn you, Sony.
That was one of those... Oh, and the black discs.
Yeah.
Like, that was the coolest shit ever when you're like, oh my god, it's not silver on the back. It's black. It's fucking metal.
And then you could buy those, the burnable...
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have the fucking PlayStation at all if it wouldn't be for Nintendo being such assholes to everybody.
Well, you know, they had went into a deal with Sony.
Yeah, to develop a CD add-on for Super Nintendo.
Right. Yeah, they
That is the fucking PlayStation.
It came out in Japan, the Famicom CD.
Nah, they partnered with Sony, and Sony was going to cost too much to produce this shit. They wanted to keep their costs lower, so Nintendo went behind Sony's back and partnered with Philips for the CDI.
Yeah.
That's why the CDI has those really fucking terrible Zelda 1 to Gamelon, and Zelda's Adventure, and something else.
Luigi or Mario Hotel.
Mario Hotel.
I have a friend
That's
of mine.
why CDI was able to do that. It's because they backed out on Sony, and Sony was just like, okay, we're still going to cock stamp you on the forehead. Here's the fucking PlayStation. And Nintendo's just like, what have we done? Nintendo committed fucking seppuku on that day. He's like, I'm so sorry. And just fucking samurai sword himself in the stomach, dude.
I have a friend of mine who has a CDI and has...
I want one.
He's got probably 10 or 15 prototype games. Like, found a whole bunch of prototypes.
They
and
just burn them?
No, they're like actual like factory prototypes.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, like he has like I said, Hotel Mario, he's got that, and the Zelda stuff, he's got all that. Got a, you know, like, and that's really, he's got very few retro consoles, but he's just like, yeah, I just like the CDI. And he goes, you know, like most of these aren't even finished, but they're really cool. Like Mario Hotel, he says, you know, like you open and close doors for quite a while. and that's pretty much the whole game.
There was an actual sequel to Super Mario World they were developing. You can get you download a pirated copy of it, for the CDI, and it's so incomplete, like, you'll run fucking right on the level and just drop off and get stuck. Like, there's, the background texture is the only thing they've laid out, and that's it. But, yeah, CDI had a lot of unfinished shit. CDI was a big old piece of shiza. Like, I would still love to own one, but it's a piece of shit.
Well, it's just like the Neo Geo. Like,
God, I want a fucking Neo. That's like the Rolls Royce of, like, collecting right now, because they're the same fucking price they were when they come out. They've held their fucking
they're like
value.
$600 or $700, and
a console like is AVS.
Yeah.
MVS is the arcade one, right?
Yes.
I think. Anyway, the fucking home console one is like $500 to $600, and the games still go for $150 to $250 a piece. You gotta realize, though, a Neo Geo is essentially a fucking arcade machine in a home console.
Yeah, it's a big, huge board.
That's why the games are as big as a notebook. Right. They're fucking. It's an arcade board.
You're putting in you're slotting it in. But man, if I had a fucking Neo Geo, Bubble Bobble, Samurai Showdown, and
King of Monsters, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
King of Monsters, definitely. That was a fucking great one.
Oh.
1 and 2. Cotton, too. The shooter. I'm a huge shooter fan, like vertical shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Cotton was really fucking
Ikaruga,
good.
that came out on that was a Neo Geo game, I believe.
I don't know if I've heard of it.
It's the one that it's a bullet hell where it switches from black to white. It came out on the Xbox Live Marketplace, and there are like guys who get obsessed about like single crediting Ikaruga. But it's straight up the craziest bullet hell you ever see.
It's one where you gotta figure out an exact movement pattern and stay with it.
You can switch between black and white. Like, you have a switch button, so you go between black and white. You can absorb the color that you are, but you get killed by the color you're not.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've got a spray of black and white bullets at you, if you're white, you can get into those white patterns. And then the black patterns come, you have to dodge those. And vice versa, and it flips over. And
I love bullet hell, but
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so just nerve wracking.
Yeah.
I love like top down and vertical shooters though. I love them, man. Like,
I seen a great mod to people who do their TVs, where they take their TVs and they put them on swivels. So they'll what's that one? Gradius.
Yeah.
They'll take Gradius, put it on a normal TV, but they'll swivel the TV vertically. So you're playing it actually like a bullet hell, like 1942.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
And it's crazy.
That's cool.
So we got...
Do what? Oh, go ahead.
So we got PlayStation, and then the Saturn, which didn't sell very well. I mean, like, I had one, and...
We've done covered Dreamcast, too.
Yeah, we did Dreamcast. So, let's see. We've got...
PC gamers like me was to follow the Dreamcast, because it's so easy to burn those games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Zero
dude.
protection. Zero protection at all.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like, there's... That is the sound of piracy. Yeah, well, these are Sega CD, but there's Dreamcast in here, too. Yeah. Not shit to it, man.
He just copied it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was...
Nothing to get around.
Yeah,
Just
no.
put it in there, copy.
No regional
And that's-
lockout, no fucking piracy
That
protection.
was the shit. I had a 2X CD burner back then. It took like 2 hours to burn a fucking CD. God damn
But
it.
you still had fucking 15 goddamn games burned,
Yep.
like...
And that was one of those things where that's the reason the Dreamcast died.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reason Peter Moore said, nah, cut its head off.
But you know, they could have done the same thing with the Sega CD and the Sega Saturn back in the day. But nobody had fucking CD burners at
Right.
that point, so... Yeah, that's why it was so much harder to pirate
Oh, and the
like,
little...
cartridges.
The memory
The
cards on the
MVS,
Dreamcast.
VMUs.
Oh,
Yeah,
the VMUs, yeah.
Yeah. I would play my game, save it, and then take the card on the school bus and sit there and play my little
Yeah,
game.
dude, I had that fucking game for Sonic Adventure where you could raise the little...
Yeah, the little
virtual
animals,
pet
I don't
thing.
remember what they were called.
The Tamagotchi.
No, Chaos.
Chaos. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And then you'd race them in game and shit.
Yeah, man. Like, Dreamcast.
And then
was so
Skies of
fucking
Arcadia, you could search out treasure on there and shit.
Yeah,
I love Skies of
completely
Arcadia.
fucking forgot about Skies of Arcadia.
That's another one I play every now and then on PC. It's
Going
awesome.
back to the Saturn, Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah.
That the original Panzer Dragoon was another one that me and my brother would just for the PlayStation 2, Rez was nearly at that because Rez was a game that I really loved.
The only reason I ever ended up getting the PlayStation 2 was because the Berserk game that they released in Japan, I immediately modded my PS2 to where it could play Japanese games.
Nice.
And that was a really pretty fun game.
Then Japan like completely shits on America when it comes to games. They get so much good shit because censorship's not as big of a deal there.
And as it comes to genitals.
Yeah. Then everything is censor blocked out.
Yeah, but it's fine to have the milk enema, spraying.
Yeah.
Spraying directly upwards.
It's okay to think about tentacles raping. It's just not okay to actually see the tentacles do the raping.
Right.
Like,
I mean, cartoon vaginas are going to be the death of us all.
Yeah.
And
I bet you know a lot about hentai, don't you?
Just because I watch anime does not make me a person who regularly enjoys hentai. There's very few hentai that I actually like.
La Blue Girl.
La Blue Girl's actually got a pretty decent story.
Likely story.
I just watched the porn for the story.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy's #1 actor.
Oh, Ron
Did you
Jeremy.
see him in Detroit Rock City? Fucking amazing. He plays the bartender that dances like that the whole time.
Oh, that's with his hands up, got all those warts underneath his arms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
The Hedgehog.
Oh.
Dude, they ought to make a Sonic the Hedgehog hack that's just like a fast running Ron Jeremy. He just collects.
His legs start
He
spinning.
just collects like fucking
Cock
gonorrhea
rings.
cock rings. Golden cock rings is all he collects. Dr. Robot Dick.
All right. Internet, get on that.
Yeah. Somebody out there kickstart that motherfucker
Of course,
right
it's
now.
probably already done.
Yes.
Probably.
I probably just ripped some poor bastard off.
God damn, I've been making that game for 2 years.
He's just like swinging in his fucking closet right now. I'm so sorry, guy. We've talked about Origins and our consoles and games and all that. Let's talk about some of the memories around like gaming back when you were a kid. Back when we were all part of the Nintendo generation. Heavily.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier, We were all definitely in the Nintendo generation. What's some of your fondest memories of like the old school
Oh, geez.
Nintendo generation? Yeah, let's say fucking NES, Game Boy, SNES era.
Beating Super Mario World like the day after I got it. That was, of course it was like, oh, I beat this. Oh wait, now what?
Yeah.
But
you had this the secret star level or whatever. The whole
Star Road.
Yeah, and I got through so many of those, but could never complete it. And I've seen what happens when you complete it. And it goes into the Nega world or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the negative Star World.
Yeah. It's so, but there was always the one that had all the pipes that went up and down. Very, very small pipes that you had to, and it was scrolling, so you had to keep up and down on the pipes.
Yeah.
That was the worst one. I never could get past that one.
I miss all the demo kiosks and shit they used to have, where they'd have a fucking Power Glove hooked up.
Yeah.
With a bunch of different games you could try, which Power Glove is a piece of shit, but,
Hey, it can hack time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've been showing everybody that
I
fucking
can't wait
trailer.
for it to come out.
Yeah. Kung Fury, go check it out.
It's going to be coming out anytime soon. It should have been out already, but they delayed it.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see, as far as best gaming memories from that area, learning how to cheat at Dunk Hunt against my sister. I mean, that was because we had the Mario Duck Hunt combo,
Yeah, that was my first game.
and we got because that was the bundle pack in.
Yep.
But my grandmother had the foresight to buy an extra gun. I don't know where she got it. I don't know if she found it at a pawn shop somewhere because it didn't come in the box. It had an extra controller and an extra gun that she had just gave to us.
Hey, that gun to this day is the best gun because that little satisfying ping when you pull the trigger.
That spring popping
Even though
noise.
realistically it's a piece of shit compared to the newer stuff, still that was just the most satisfying thing.
Just trying to figure out when I was a kid, like, how in the fuck is this working?
Yeah.
Believe me, I never knew that it flashes a white screen, or no, it's reverse that, and it flashes a black screen with a white square.
Yeah,
and
that's the
light's what it reads the white square, and that's how it knows where to shoot. But
yeah, it was
that's mind blowing back in the fucking day, man. Like,
yeah, and you didn't know how it worked. You were like, how the fuck is this?
Fucking science magic.
We're randomly on light guns. I'm gonna throw this out there. Super Scope 6 for
Yeah.
Super Nintendo. What a piece of fucking shit. Well, I just got chimed at for something.
Looks like all your dick viruses from porno getting you.
It's probably from pirating our recording software.
We didn't pirate that. It's Audacity. It's free.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's completely free.
Never mind the fact that we used scramble out the website that
You're gonna edit all this out anyway.
Yeah, never mind the fact that fucking Kick-Ass Torrents is a great site to get all your porno and software needs. Yeah, we're going to edit all
I've been
that
using
out.
that to download assets for my game I'm working on before I buy them, so I can actually try them out. Because that shit pisses me off to spend $70, $100 on an asset for my game, and then it's a piece of shit or it's not what I wanted. So
Yeah.
At least I like to try out even games now. I'll pirate them first before I buy them.
Well, fuck yeah,
I've
man.
been burned
Nothing.
so many times now. I don't.
Nothing sucks harder than fucking spending a shitload of money on a piece of shit game. Like,
see, I don't even know how.
Money's too hard for me. Our asses come by.
I don't use torrents, but that's only because I don't understand how they work, because I don't know a whole lot about PCs. So I make sure if I know a game's coming out that I want to try out, like I have a reviewer that I listen to that I know he has similar tastes to me in the games that I play, and it's something like if he says, "Hey, this is a pretty good game, you should try it out," then that's how I determine what games I get. But I'm one of those people who I actually read, like I read comments and read reviews, and
I do that.
Don't just look at a score.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos on which we're talking about retro. You couldn't do that back in the day, but
yeah,
I use YouTube like I would use a GamePro back in the day because I used to get the magazines and read the fucking.
And also, you
try
really
to
gotta
guide
find
from
good
that.
sources too, because these days, you got these Call of Duty kids that will really just fuck you in the ass if you listen to them.
Yeah.
Like the new Gauntlet that they made for PC, and I don't know if they've made a console version. I don't think they have.
Not to my knowledge.
They made a console version a couple years ago of Gauntlet.
This was
no, I'm thinking of Golden Axe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this. You remember like the Gauntlet for Dreamcast and Take 64? They weren't anything
Gauntlet
like,
Legends.
Yeah, they weren't anything like the original Gauntlet.
Yeah,
man, they're good games I thought at the time in their own right, but they weren't like the original.
Yeah,
Gauntlet.
original Gauntlet's like May's Onslaught. Like.
Yeah, this newest one is a lot like the NES one. It's fucking brutal, and it plays the overhead view and shit like that. People were giving it shit because that's how it is.
Yeah,
but it's more like a love letter to the old original Gauntlet. I fucking loved it. I grabbed that for $15 when it came out, and man, I played the shit out of it.
Fuck yeah, man! Like, I love shit like that when you can find something that you might not expect it to be, like a, you don't expect it to be like top shelf, and you get it, and you're like, what the fuck, like this is great. You just don't have that happen a whole lot though. I love the current gen shit, but man, there's only so much to choose from right now.
Yeah.
It's very early in a new console release cycle, but it kind of irks the fuck out of me how we got Xbox One, we got PS4. Why are you still releasing all the fucking games for every console then? If you want to really tout your console, make some exclusives. Like, Neither one of them have a shitload of exclusives right now.
No, and with the couple
And
of
we're
exclusives,
approaching the 2-year. No, we're approaching the fucking 3-year mark, aren't we?
Yeah.
In the current generation, come get the fuck with the program, Sony and Microsoft, like, and every third-party publisher. Make some fucking video games. That's what you do.
That's where the PCs come out ahead a lot, because all the independent developers.
That is one of the reasons I want to get on Steam so bad. Is some of these indie games I've been reading about. I've heard about this game called The Forest.
Yeah.
Here recently.
Yep.
And,
Survival horror.
yeah, dude, and
Yeah.
that kind of shit. That's the kind of shit I love.
Yeah,
and I'm
there's
just
all
like,
kinds of awesome. It's like Super Meat Boy is amazing.
yeah, I have played Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
I did the
I
fuck
had that
out of
on Xbox and
Great
God damn, it's so
platformer,
good.
man.
I like Trials. Like the original Trials was on PC, and that's where I saw it. And then they ported Trials HD to Xbox 360, and I got obsessed.
Did Scott Pilgrim the game come out on Steam and PC?
I don't know.
Man, that was fucking great. It's like beat 'em up, but current.
Another indie game that I just recently beat is Hotline Miami 2.
I've noticed you can get that on Xbox.
Did they finally really? Oh,
Yeah.
Hotline Miami was awesome. 2 was pretty damn good, not quite as awesome as the first one, but it plays a lot like the old GTA games. So overhead view, you little guy walking around, you get guns and shit.
But it's lock on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
the old one didn't have so many guns and shit as the second one. So you ran around with a fucking golf club and just took everybody out, and it was really satisfying. The second one is there's a lot more guns in it, so there's a lot more enemies that will just fucking kill you off the screen because he came out of a corner at the wrong time. So it's kind of bullshit at times. But
Yeah.
the whole game was extremely brutal, and I mean, the story in the second one is a lot harder to follow, but it is still a pretty damn good story. I mean, there's your spoiler, it ends in fucking nuclear war. You know, the whole game you're playing these drugged out psychos in masks killing people, and all of a sudden nuclear war. It's like, what the fuck?
Nice. Dude, there's so much shit out that I want to get into that I had no idea even fucking existed.
The
right
soundtrack
now.
on it is awesome. It's like really hardcore 80s club music. Like
That's cool, like new wave and
yeah,
shit.
it really fits the game. Even though I would not listen to that shit, outside of that game in a million years. In the game, it's fucking awesome.
What's the Far Cry game they come out with for PC and Xbox? Is it Far Cry? It's 80s based.
Oh, Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon, yeah.
I've got that. I haven't got around to playing it yet though, because like I have literally like 3 or 4.
I've seen somebody play that, and it was very fucking 80s, and I was like, man, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Far Cry's a really good series. I played
them.
I didn't play the first one. I played a little bit of the second one.
I liked the first one. I didn't care a whole lot for the second one.
But
I've heard
Far Cry
but...
3 was awesome. There is a sequence where towards probably 2/3 into the game, where you have to burn down this drug dealer's pot crop. It's just big fucking fields of pot, and you got a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And Skrillex starts playing, and you're fucking burning all these pot plants down, and you start getting fucking high.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Oh no!
You are blurry-eyed, fucking dubstep going. It's like
that's the worst thing to be high to too. Like
it's
I sure as shit don't want to listen to the noise of a robot fucking if I'm smoking weed. Like
it's actually really good because it's Damien Gong Jr., who is a very like prolific reggae artist, but it's dubstepped. It's fucking nuts.
It's Skrillex.
It is. It's Skrillex.
You know who he is?
Yes, I do.
Sonny from First to Last.
I know who Skrillex is.
He was a butt fucker then. He's a butt fucker now.
I'm not denying that.
Okay.
I'm saying the sequence to that video game was amazing.
Is it kind of one of them things like the music just kicks in by surprise and you're just what the fuck?
It just makes the moment perfect.
That's cool.
And Kanye West, Power, on Saints Row 4. You got to jump out of a helicopter to go take your fucking headquarters back, right? And as you like jump out of the helicopter, fucking Power starts playing, and you have to hit like if you hit the fucking parachute right at the last second and land in the pool, you basically spend 2 seconds actually just floating there, hit the ground, and you're just destroying people. It is amazing. That's those pinnacle of games. You're like, well, nothing else in this game can get any better. And this is half an hour into the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the Far Cry games. I'm tempted to buy Far Cry 4.
It's good. It's really good.
Because I've heard a lot of people say that just the aimless shit you can do on that game's amazing.
And fuck those hawks. Like, there are predatory hawks, like golden eagles. You'll be walking around, all of a sudden you hear, "Arr!" You look up and there's a fucking eagle, like, attacking you. Nothing you can do about it. You cannot, you take a little bit of damage, and then the eagle goes to fly off, and it's the only time you can't, like, knock them off or anything. It's the only thing you can do is just take the damage, and as it goes to flies off, you hope you can hit it, like, get your gun up fast enough to hit it. But, I've seen some nutty shit. Fucking, they have, Sherpas that are like your, mobile, like, buy weapons and ammo from, and, you loot bodies. So, you sell all the loot to them, and you use that money to buy weapons and ammo and whatnot. Well, I've seen a fucking Sherpa walk up to me and go to start trading, and all of a sudden, as you do the trade animation, fucking Rhino comes through, bam, knocks him the fuck out.
What the fuck? So it's like playing Jumanji? Essentially, like
there are tigers
and bears. Oh my!
There are bears. There are monkeys. It's a great game.
I will pick it up. I've been eyeballing it at the store and shit.
I believe I'll have it. I just haven't got around to playing it.
It's like Far Cry 3. There's a fucking sequence where you have to kill a shark with a knife, a great white shark with a knife, and you see this shark and you're like,
well,
oh, fuck, I've got to kill this shark with a goddamn diving knife.
Good luck, asshole.
Yeah. So die 5 times till you figure out, oh, okay, like stay on the edge of the rock, and then as the shark goes to turn away, jump on its back and kill it.
Yeah. Dude, you say that die 5 times to figure it out. Kids got it motherfucking easy on video games now. We all got it easy on games now.
Oh, absolutely.
This shit I play on Xbox One fucking babies me. You die like 5 times, like, maybe you should try lowering difficulty. Maybe you should suck my asshole. Like, I want that fucking challenge.
The whole fucking game
yeah,
over.
Like, you don't know what it's like. Play some fucking... Well, goddamn. Every fucking example I was gonna throw that to, I'm like, well,
get to the third level of two bad dudes.
Play some fucking Battletoads.
Yeah.
Play Two Bad Dudes. Play fucking Commando. Like, play something that's unrelenting. Play Contra. What happened to kids playing fucking Contra? Pick that shit up. You want to talk about wanting to kill yourself? Play that shit or kill other people. I don't care.
What happened to before that everybody knew about the Konami code?
Nobody knew shit, I guess.
They were like, fucking, this game is nearly impossible.
Maybe if I hit up, up, down, down. It's too fucking easy. I mean, there are hard games like
Dark Souls.
And all that.
Demon Souls.
But there's a difference between being challenging and just being mind-fuckingly
And there's a game
stupid.
I blame a lot for that on the PC side of MMOs is World of fucking Warcraft. Oh
yeah.
So many MMOs...
Don't understand it.
So many MMOs that have came out, I tried to follow their model because of the success of it, but they just flopped because they're turds. I mean, they're just carbon copy turds.
Yeah, it's like Destiny for Xbox One.
Dude, I got Destiny for Xbox One, and you talking about a major motherfucking... It is nothing but World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot like the original Phantasy Star Online. Like, they copied an amazing amount of shit.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
So I didn't know that.
You can go online and start comparing the features to it.
Well,
holy shit.
Like most of their designers, like I know, like Luke Smith, who works with Bungie, like he is a Warcraft player and fucking like Phantasy Star, and Bungie just went to what they thought was going to make money. Because
they did a good fucking job because it's certainly but it was one of them things. I think that kind of put a damper on Bungie.
Oh.
Because, like, everybody's like, oh my god, this is going to be the next Halo. And they get it and they're like, what the fuck is this?
I'm
so sick and tired of killing goddamn vandals, like, on the same 3 fucking planets.
I'm probably one of the biggest Halo players, like, Halo fanatics.
That's one of your areas of expertise.
And, like, literally, I was like, well, wow, after 10 years, I'm done with Bungie. Like, totally done. I thought I saw the first 2 trailers for Destiny, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, this is going to be kind of like Borderlands. And then they're like, it's an open world, not an MMO, it's an open world, but, you know, you can show off your guns. And I'm like, why would I want to show off my guns? Everybody's got the same guns.
Yeah, I do that every day when I walk to the store.
Yeah, you're walking anywhere, right?
Yeah, well, when I'm driving to the store holding my arm out the window, I try to flex her up.
I mean, I was a Halo fan from Halo Combat Evolved on, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then I went back and played Oni for the PlayStation 2 and played Marathon and, you know, really enjoyed those games and got into the backstory of those games. And, like, it was like, well, I guess I'm not a Bungie fan anymore. You know, Frank O'Connor, who was, I mean, the guy who, you know, didn't write the game, but knew the story Bible.
Yeah.
Went, you know, 343, and I thought, okay, cool, they're still going to make good Halo games. And then Halo 4 came out, and the multiplayer was like, this is hot garbage. Nothing works. It's all, like, going Call of Duty. It's way too fast.
Yeah. Too arcadey, man. Like, take your fucking arcade out of my first-person shooter. Like,
and then play the Master Chief Collection, and it's like going back to Halo 3, and you're like, oh my god, Halo 3 was so fucking good.
This was so much better than the...
Halo 3 was one of the, like, I see that as the fucking pinnacle of Halo games. You can't get any better than Halo 3. Just under that is Halo 2 and Halo ODST, because they did something different, but it was still fun. They had the firefight mode. That was probably the best mode in any Halo game. And then you play the new Halo 5 beta, and it's just super fast. It's turned up to 15, and it's Call of Duty.
I want to throw out some out there. If you like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you need to check out PlanetSide 2 on the PC. It's been around way longer than Modern Warfare, and it's based off the original PlanetSide, which is an MMO shooter. And the scope of the game is so much bigger than all these console games. Like, you know, what are they up to now? Like 32 players, 48 players.
Yeah.
Okay, I've fought
Battlefield is I think it's 32.
Why on PlanetSide 2, I fought in battles with like over 400 people.
Yeah, that's like Mag was 256 on the PlayStation.
Yeah, they could never fully get Mag to work correctly.
Yeah, Mag was. I mean,
those servers.
It was
shit, dude.
It was I think it was 264, and on like 186 or something like that on either side.
Way too ambitious.
That the PlanetSide 2, it's got 3 factions, so you basically 3 teams. It's so you can choose one, and you always choose one of the other ones to fight against if you don't like fighting against one of them. And it's like, you know, all kinds of vehicles you can choose from. The vehicles is your thing.
Yeah,
they put a lot of time into making them work. And the infantry combat, it's a lot shorter than the PlanetSide 1. Like, it's more like Call of Duty in that aspect where you get shot with a bullet 3 times and you're dead.
Yeah,
I don't really care for
fucking
that.
FMJ. I cannot stand FMJ in a fucking shooter.
I don't like, whoever sees the other one first automatically wins. I mean,
yeah.
But I can forgive it in that game. It's worth it. So yeah, I'd say check that out.
PlanetSide 2.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flaws in it. I'll admit, because Sony did it. I mean,
we will make that our game recommendation for episode 1. It's PlanetSide 2.
Yeah, Planet Side 2.
You do have
Brandon
to
says
have
you
a-
need to fucking check it out.
You gotta
So check it
You
out.
need to have a decent PC.
Yeah, you
for
got to
it.
have a pretty beefy PC because it goes like I know the environments are really lush. It goes from
Yeah.
a super snowy like planet to
Yeah,
then a
Asymmetre.
lush jungle.
Yeah, there's Hassan, the jungle, Indar, which is a desert area, and then Amerish, which is more like here. It's just temperate forest and stuff.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's got classes, which I mean the old one kind of did it, but you pick all the individual features. You kind of made your own class. On this one, you got classes like heavy assault and medic and all that stuff. I preferred the old way better, but
Yeah.
it's still acceptable. You change your class at any time and just do what you need to do at the moment.
That's awesome. I would like to check that out.
So
Yeah,
That's
probably-
our recommendation.
I'll
of the
probably
week.
end up streaming that at one point because it's just fun to play.
We also go ahead and throw that out there. We do have a Twitch channel in
Mhm.
place now.
It's very bare bones right now. I ain't got shit set up for it yet.
It's kind of like everybody needs to bear with us. We're in the alpha stages right now of our podcast. Everything's very bare bones. Good things are coming though. We got a website coming.
yeah, we have our Facebook.
You can follow us on Facebook at Good Ole Gamers Podcast is the name of the group.
Yeah,
The Twitch account is just called Good Ole Gamers, and I've also made a Steam group called Good Ole Gamers Podcast. So it's a public group, so you can feel free to join that.
and all our information will be on the Facebook account until we get the website up.
And the website will be open here soon we're going to be at goodolegamers.com. You can find us and follow us there.
Well, let's see. We got down to the PlayStation 2 era.
We broke off into a little current
Yeah.
gen.
So we got to the Xbox.
I had an Xbox way after I had a PlayStation 2, of course.
Right.
Xbox was great. I still have my Xbox. She's modded to hell and back now. But,
I have to say, Xbox is about the time I went completely PC gaming.
What?
I just stopped after that.
see, I did have a break where between PlayStation 2 and Xbox, I quit gaming for about 2 years. Almost completely. I was playing music a lot then, didn't have time to game. I picked back up though. I did pick up with 360. Loved my 360.
I had a 360, and the main reason I had the 360 is for DDR. It's
Yeah.
as embarrassing
No,
as that is.
I got a DDR
lost-
pad right over there,
Hey,
man.
I lost a little over 100 pounds playing DDR. So, I mean, you can lose some weight doing
Hell
that shit.
yeah,
That's the
dude.
only reason I played it. And, you know, it's also funny kicking my skinny friend's ass as a fat guy and rubbing it in their face.
Hell yeah. Suck on that, motherfucker.
I'm like, I just kicked your ass.
Suck it.
So like yeah, the Xbox. I was a staunch PlayStation kid. Like I was like, this Xbox is a bunch of bullshit. My wife really wanted one. Like she saw the DDR and was like, "Oh, I love music games." I bought the first Guitar Hero that ever came out for her, and she loved the music games and loves rhythm games, and we thought, well, we'll get this Xbox, because she wants to play DDR, and then I discovered Halo, and that was something where we hosted LAN parties. I mean, 10 of us, all with Xboxes
I remember
and TVs.
LAN parties.
And I believe you came to some of our LAN parties.
I
over
came
the
to
apartment,
a couple of them.
where we would have TVs run all over the place. People with Xboxes running, fucking wires all down the hallways, screaming at each other. All of us fucking drunk as shit. And that was probably some of the best gaming memories that I actually have. Is just everybody getting together and just yelling profanities at each other.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have good memories running a LAN party. 3 people sharing a 56k modem connection for Diablo 2.
Oh,
Holy
Talk about some
Christ.
shit.
Everybody's like, we're going to play this game, but it's going to take me 15 goddamn minutes.
We had a good setup where, my friends would join a game and join the party of, the leveling party. And then I joined, they tell me where they were in the game. I joined the game as my badass sorcerers. and I'd come to where they are and kill everybody but my friends and take their gold, and we'd all leave and do it again.
Yeah, I remember playing Counter-Strike with a bunch of people over fucking 56K.
Yeah. I do some CSGO every now and then still. It's still, it's got to be the most competitive shooter out there.
Yeah.
I'm not big into the competitive shit anymore, but it's pretty fun.
Man, I really want to get into Gary's mod. Like,
there's some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Xbox was your deal.
Well, it was where I was like,
that's where your culmination of gaming trifecta just really fucking come into being.
That huge fucking Duke controller that you barely fit your fucking hands around.
Yeah, the original, not the little slim remodel they come out with.
Yeah, about the size of the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
the actual Dreamcast console, not the Dreamcast controller.
The Duke was,
throw a fucking analog stick on that.
Have you ever seen how the original Halo players played Claw with the Duke, like when they played Halo competitively? They would almost put both their palms on the whole fucking thing. That's why it's called the Claw, to grab hold of it.
Huh.
Because it was crazy. I've seen people who would hold it upside down because they felt like that was an easier way to play it.
Wow.
Because to them it translated better.
Yeah.
It's just like inverting the y-axis. Some people do, and some people, are like, how the fuck, how does this work? Why is this y-axis inverted?
Yeah.
But yeah, going from that controller to the S model controller was a huge improvement. And then there were so many good games on the Xbox that nobody ever talks about, like Klonoa. Klonoa was a great fucking game.
What was the mech game with a huge ass control board?
That game was Mech Assault.
Mech Assault.
Yeah. Was it Mech Assault?
No. Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, you had to literally learn how to pilot a fucking mech.
And I had an awesome eject button there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they remade it for Xbox 360 with the Kinect, and it was terrible.
It was more like a shovelware game when it came out for then, wasn't it?
But yeah, like a Dead or Alive 5.
Shenmue 2, dude.
Yeah.
That's a Dreamcast game we didn't talk about, our Shenmue.
Shenmue was nice.
That game fucking had... And all it is going around and fucking talking to people, essentially.
Yeah. And getting gachapons.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Capsule toys all day long, son. Oh my god, I got that hang on too capsule toy. Now I need the Virtua Fighter ones.
Yeah, it would suck the life out of you, though.
Yeah, dude. It's such a hyper fucking detailed game. I can't believe we didn't get... That's the game that made me want a Dreamcast. As I seen the opening thing for Shenmue, and I'm like, oh my fuck. Shenmue 2 for Xbox, though. Good game. Star Wars Battlefront for Xbox.
Yeah, I played that a lot on PC.
Man, great fucking game. Bill ADHD about it.
The Street Fighter remixes, they did a Street Fighter combo that was, let's see, it was Super Street Fighter 2 World Champions and Street Fighter 3 Alpha, and then
I remember that,
and then Third Strike, and then it also came with the Street Fighter movie. And I love Street Fighter.
Yeah,
and it came with the animated series, or not the series, the OVA. So it had the full Street Fighter OVA on it. Hell, I still pop that thing into my 360 just so I can watch the OVA. So that still stays in rotation.
Dude, I still have the animated Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. The one that's got like KMFDM and Korn and all that shit on the soundtrack. We were talking about just the gaming generation earlier. They released that on anime back then. You remember how it was manga.
Yeah.
Used to put out all the before the shit was huge. Manga Video put out all that shit. I remember going to the video store I was talking about earlier, Eastside Video. They had the PG-13 version of Street Fighter 2, the anime movie, and then they had the unrated for mature audiences. It had more blood and the Chun-Li shower scene.
Yeah.
And I remember this bitch at the video store. I'm trying to, and I say I love ladies. This girl was a bitch. And this lady told my mom, I clearly seen the PG-13 and mature audience version. I'm not stupid. I'm like, yeah, parental discretion advised. Rent that one. She told my fucking mom that it wasn't for kids that have blood nudity. And my mom was like, well, you gotta get the PG-13 one. I'm just like, you bitch. I do remember that, though. Great fucking anime.
Yeah, it was a really
Good stuff.
Fucking Ryu jump kicking a fucking diesel truck at the very end of it.
Yeah, and Corn Blind kicks in. It's like playing that fucking, are you
Oh.
ready?
What you just thought about reminds me of a very random off-topic story. One Christmas, I was at Walmart just looking at shit, and I saw some lady with her, little kid and her husband looking at other DVDs and stuff. She picked out Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, God.
And I saw her get that. I said, "Ma'am, have you looked into that DVD? Have you read it?" She said, "Oh, yeah, it's fine." I said, "Okay." If we're not going to take the time to read it, I mean, that's your business.
And that kid now,
That kid probably
her
killed
parent,
people.
she's dead.
Probably killed them.
She's dead. She exists no more. Oh my God. We're approaching the 2-hour mark.
I think that's going to be a good place to stop.
Yeah, I do too. I think at the end of every one, we need a slogan of some sort.
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
All right,
Follow
guys.
us on goodolegamers.com, Good Ole Gamers podcast on Facebook. We'll be coming at you with another episode in the next week or so.
If you'd like to reach us on email, it is goodolegamers@gmail.com. We want
Questions.
comments, questions, hate mail, all that.
Tell us why you think you would be a good guest for us to grill the fuck out of one night.
Yeah, join the Good Ole Gamers Steam group. These should
Yep.
be questions real easy there. We can play some games or something. It's real easy.
And my gamer tag is Spitfire Kid. Yours is Lyle Style 85.
Lyle Style 85 on Xbox One if you'd like to add me.
And
Brandon, what's your Twitch handle?
Twitch is this Good Ole Gamers.
Okay. Good Ole Gamers.
Steam name is Mapharel, MAPH.
That's what I meant with Steam name. I'm sorry, I'm a retard.
If you join the group, you'll see me in there.
So look us up. Don't be fucking scared.
well,
You're partially bearded there. Vincent D'Onofrio.
yeah. Wow. I was going for more Colonel Sanders than anything.
Well, you look like him too.
Give me some goddamn fried chicken.
There's some in the fridge in there if you want some.
Fuck yeah,
mate.
let's do it.
That's for real. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Game over, man.
Game
Game over, man.